Hi guys, if you are viewing my channel first time, please subscribe to my channel for more updates on embedded systems. Today we are mainly discussing about on Cisc versus Risc architectures. For example, if I want to design any new IC, we should follow any one of the architecture, either Cisc or Risc. Cisc extension is complex instruction set computers. Risc extension is reduced instruction set computers. Here we'll mainly discuss what are all the mainly key differences between the Cisc approach and the Risc approach. And if you see in any of the IC, we should have a main memory, registers, and execution unit. Main memory is used to store the data. Here, registers are used for the ALU operations to perform any arithmetic and logical operations. We will use these registers, and execution unit nothing but ALU to perform any arithmetical and logical operations. We will use this execution unit. Okay, here if you see main memory, we have the 6 rows and 4 columns. We were arranging this memory, and here I want to perform any one of the multiplication operations between these two memory locations. Okay, here if you see fifth row and second column, I have one memory location, and second row, third column, I have another memory location. I want to multiply the content of these two memory locations, and final result I am going to store it in the second row and third column. To perform these operations, I am going to write simple assembly programming in the Cisc approach and the Risc approach. And here I am using only single instructions to perform this single operation for the multiplication operation. Here this is a multi is a mnemonic, and the second row and third column this memory location data, and the fifth row and second column this memory location data I am going to multiply, and final result also I am going to move to the second row and third column. Okay, by using the single instruction we are achieving these complete operations in the Cisc. But in case of Risc, we should write the four instructions. First, we should copy the whatever the memory location data, we should copy to the registers and product the registers, and finally we should move the result back to the memory. And using the load and store, we are for the load operations we are going to load the data from the memory to the registers, and store operation from the register to the main memory. To copy the data, we will use this load and store operations. Load a comma 2 colon 3, whatever the content of second row and third column data I am going to move to the a register, and whatever the content of b. Okay, here load b comma 5 colon 2, whatever the content of fifth row and second column I am going to copy to the b register. Now product a comma b. Okay, here I am using the product operation, that means multiplication of a register and b register. Final result also it will be moved to the a. Okay, next store 2 colon 3 comma a, whatever the final result I am going to move back to the again to the main memory. Okay, using these four instructions we are achieving the same operations, but in case of Cisc only one instruction we are going to achieve this multiplication operation. Okay, here only single instruction, only the less code is required to write the programming. Here more code is required to write the programming. Okay, here based on this example we will see the key differences between the Cisc approach and the Risc approach. Here emphasis on hardware. Why? Because to execute this complex instruction, we should have a extensive hardware, very complex hardware. To design this complex hardware, we should have a many transistors are required. Okay, it is mainly depend on the software. Why? Because we should write the many instructions to perform on any operation. Okay, that's why it is mainly depends on the software, but very less complexity in the hardware. That's why we should use only a less number of transistors to design this hardware. Okay, few instructions that take more than one cycle to execute. For example, to execute this complex instruction, we will take multiple clock cycles to execute this instruction. But in case of Risc, execute one instruction per clock cycle. Okay, this instructions also any instruction we will execute in a single clock cycle. Even product a comma b, this instruction also we will execute in a single clock cycle. Not good for pipelining. Good for pipelining. Okay, here we will discuss what is meant by pipelining. Okay, here each instruction execution we were dividing into the multiple stages like fetch, decode, execute, and store. Okay, single instruction I am just dividing into the four stages: fetch, decode, execute, and store. Okay, here in case of pipelining, for example, I am fetching this instruction. Parallelly, I can decode this instruction. This instruction I will execute. This instruction I will store. Okay, parallelly we will perform all the stages. For example, for this instruction, if I am executing the other instruction, at the same time I can fetch. Okay, here we can perform the multiple operations in a single clock cycle. That's why here we will use this approach. This pipelining can be very good for in this architecture, not good for pipelining this Cisc architecture. And less RAM is needed to store. Here we will use less RAM. Why? Because we have very less programming. That's why we will use less RAM is needed to store. More RAM is needed to store. Why? Because here many instructions to store in the RAM memory. That's why here more RAM is needed. The compiler has to do a very little work to translate a high level language statements to a assembly. Here the compiler needs less work to convert high level language to the assembly. High level languages are nothing but .c or .cpp language. If I want to translate to the assembly, very less work is to convert from the high level to the assembly. And the compiler must also perform more work to convert high level language statements to a code of this form. Okay, if I want to convert high level language to the low level language in the Risc, okay, very high work is needed to convert this high level language to the assembly, where the compiler needs very much work. Why? Because it will generate so many instructions from the high level language. That's why it is taking the more work to convert from the high level language to the this assembly language. Here memory to memory is possible. Here we were performing directly memory to memory operations. For example, within the memory only we are doing the operations. That's why it is very complex approach to perform the memory to memory operations. And register to register, okay, here we are performing always register to register. If I want to perform any operations, we should always use the registers. That's why we were copied the data from the memory to the registers and performed the operations and again stored back to the memory. It is always register to register operations. And here 8051 microcontroller follows this Cisc approach. Okay, that's why this is a very complex hardware. The 8051 microcontroller is first. It is this approach is designed by the Intel. This approach is designed by the IBM. Later on, first initially they were designed this Cisc approach. Later IBM was introduced this Risc approach. Okay, here this is 8051 is very complex IC. Okay, here Risc approach is nothing but mainly LPC 2148 microcontroller is following this Risc approach. Okay, here it is very less hardware complexity, but we can write very much programming in this IC. Okay, these are the mainly differences between the Cisc approach and Risc approach. We were completely discussed about these differences today mainly. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching.